Committee, invited distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and most particularly members of the fourth estate of the realm, a very warm good afternoon to all of you. I want to start this press conference by saying that for us in PDP, all hope is not lost. Indeed, no hope is lost. In obedience to the advisory of the Court of Appeal Ibadan Division, a few weeks ago, that parties in the suit should explore reconciliation to save the party from further strife and provide a platform for aspirants to seek elective offices in the upcoming elections. The Board of Trustees of our party, ably led by His Excellency, distinguished Senator Adolphus Wabara, GCON, constituted a high-powered committee to interface with our friends on the other side, with a view to resolving outstanding issues and repositioning the party for all future elections. In furtherance of this, the National Working Committee immediately issued notice postponing the then scheduled National Executive Committee and National Caucus meetings earlier scheduled to hold 2 days thereafter as a demonstration of good faith. We also de-escalated communication on all fronts, especially combative communications. While we expected a reciprocal gesture, what we have witnessed instead is the weaponization of hateful rhetoric and the issuance of derogatory statements. That notwithstanding, we remain mindful of the far-reaching implications of this dispute, particularly within the tight timelines of the extant Electoral Act. We therefore call on the leadership of the other group to act in the overall interest of our numerous party members who look up to our platform to pursue respective elective aspirations. I can unequivocally confirm that as of today, leaders on both sides have broken the ice and are exploring various pathways towards a lasting resolution of this very, very sad impasse. We urge our supporters across the board to immediately de-escalate high-tempered communications and actions so as not to jeopardize the ongoing peace efforts. To all aspirants who have stood with us this far, we assure you that by the grace of God, our party will field candidates for all elective offices in compliance with Article 6, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution of the PDP as amended in 2017. We also sincerely appreciate Nigerians across the country who have continued to show interest in our party and have registered via our e-registration portal, www.impdp.org. Despite recent challenges, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the faith of our core supporters remains unshaken. It is for them they are making every effort to resolve the issues before us, even by bending backwards to ensure that peace is given a chance. As we are aware, democracy is not about the periodic conduct of elections. It also requires a virile opposition and an active civil society to hold government and indeed elected officials accountable. As Nigeria's only surviving legacy party in the current republic, with the rare privilege of having led this country for 16 continuous years, we remain committed to defending and consolidating our democracy, even as an opposition, even as a leading opposition party. We therefore call on those in authority to remain conscious that they are delegates of the people and that their actions must at all times align with the will of the people. Ultimate power resides with the people. It must therefore remain the centerpiece of governance at all times. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude this short address, let me convey the National Working Committee's unanimous vote of confidence passed on Governors Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed of Bauchi State and Governor Wike-Makinde of Oyo State for their resilience and steadfast leadership in the face of recent challenges that this party had to go through. Let me also end by assuring Nigerians that the PDP is alive and will participate in forthcoming elections, offering, as it were, a credible platform for robust political contest at all levels, so that power may truly return to the people.
How backward are you actually ready to bend? That is one. Then, secondly, the party do not have the leisure of time. By next week, according to the INEC timetable, parties are expected to start submitting their digital register. What is the timeline within which you intend to complete this reconciliation, or a time after which you get to say it is no longer possible for us to achieve peace? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Whether we have confidence in our friends on the other side, yes, we do. We've worked together before as members of the same single family. And we are conscious that in life there are times to fight and there are also times to make peace. But even when you choose to fight and then you go to war and you win the war, you also need to win the peace. So if you have a pathway to winning the peace without necessarily going to win the war, why don't you just take peace and forget about fighting the war? Let me also add that we do understand in human life that anytime something good is coming your way, there are some people from quite unimaginable quarters, from unbelievable quarters, that sometimes you may think are your friends, you may think are your family. They will be the first to rise to truncate the good things that are coming your way. I'm not also saying that there are no fifth columnists on both sides whose sole intention is to make sure that there is no peace in this party so that this party will go down. Then I want to say that from yesterday night, these fifth columnists have been identified and have been flushed out in the discussions as taking place between the two sides. Matters in court. Even as I'm talking to you now, there are cases in courts that were filed by both parties. There were cases in the Federal High Court that were filed by them. There were some that were filed by us. There were appeals in the Court of Appeal that were filed by them. There were appeals also that were filed by us, but have not been taken. But as a senior lawyer, I will tell you that the best judge will advise parties, will advise litigants to explore out-of-court settlement if they can. Because we have a culture in Nigeria, when I take you to court, even when we come out, our relationship never gets smoother. But we have chosen the path of making peace in the overall interest of members of this party, particularly our teaming supporters who desire to have PDP as a veritable platform to contest for election in the forthcoming elections. So as soon as we're able to reach to an agreeable terms, which we will file in the Court of Appeal, Ibadan Division, and to be read a constant judgment, we will willingly withdraw all cases, whether they are in the Federal High Court or in Court of Appeal or in Supreme Court or wherever, to give peace a chance. So all cases will give way for peace. as soon as we get there. On the issue of bending backwards, we are willing to bend as far as our necks and backs could allow us to, which means that we are willing to make all sorts of sacrifices in the overall interest of this party. PDP will not die. PDP will not go on. So as far as making sacrifices to make this reconciliation work, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. And then on the issue of attendance at convention, I think these are some of the things that will be discussed. When we eventually sit and discuss, then I'm sure the parties or the delegates leading these conversations will also discuss at the end of the day whether in fact there will be need for any convention to continue. So these are things that are on the table that will be considered and taken by the parties concerned. And I want to assure you that something that is so unique about PDP is that PDP is so indomitable, and that we have these shock absorbers within us that enable us at unbelievable times to come together and then work together and resolve our differences in a family way and manner without giving room for what other people might think might happen. For us to have survived as the only legacy party since 1998 to date, it means then that there is something that is so special and unique about PDP. And those unique and special features of us are what we are going to deploy to bring back the PDP family together. And so I want to assure you, as indeed I want to assure Nigerians, that PDP is alive and all hope is not lost. Thank you.
Thank you very much.